Welcome, everybody, to Dick's Dorks and Destinies. I'm your host, Chapel, and today I'm here with the Kid and Zitty, and we're talking about Mr. Beast. Kid, would you like to go ahead and give us our advertisement for the day, our sponsor?
Today's episode is brought to you and sponsored by Equal Opportunity Insurance, where your privacy is our policy and where we have many policies for you to choose from.
That's right. No matter what's going on, if your small chemical experiment explodes, destroying your home and possibly damaging several neighbors' homes and injuring or even possibly killing some of your neighbors, we've got you covered. We don't ask questions. If several um, mail order brides escape from your garage, we don't ask questions. We just take care of the things you need taken care of while you're dealing with the legalities of all the crazy shit that you do in your free time. So,
And Ziddy's like, what the fuck is all that?
okay. So,
So yeah,
Mr. Beast is kind of in it right now. It's not looking good for him.
it's not just him; it's practically his whole fucking organization.
OSHA violations, starving people, people getting hurt, people not getting
I
paid.
mean, he's being accused of being a fraud, running a illegal lottery, promoting gambling to kids, giving fake nutritional info on his package, on his products. Um, Being accused of starving participants, participants being heavily injured.
His own crew being injured.
Uh, Consolation prizes being fucking filmed and recorded and then taken back and told with the promise that they'll be paid later.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a kid, and I use that term loosely because the guy is like 20, I want to say 23, 24, 25. So he's in his mid 20s.
Yeah, he's no longer
20,
a kiddie.
26. I just looked that up.
Yeah,
Happened to be
he's
something I
Oh,
just looked at.
yeah, he no
oh, he's
longer
actually
is
26.
he's no longer allowed to be called a kid anymore.
Oh, well, he's still in his mid 20s. He's coming close to his 30s. But this guy started YouTubing, I want to say a good 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And his production has steadily inclined to where now he is the number one paid YouTuber, raking in close to, actually, Forbes did a cover on it. He raked in over $60 million in 2021.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has multiple channels. Those channels garner thousands of views a day. And the more a video gets viewed, the more money he gets paid from YouTube.
Right.
10 million plus subscribers.
No, no. I think his subscriber count, unless it's gone down. I think his subscriber count. Let me just go ahead and check. But I think his subscriber count is like 360 million.
Well, I'm on
Uh,
the Wikipedia, so I don't know the last time this was updated, but it says his main channel is 308 million
Yeah.
subscribers. Mr. Beast 2 is 44.9 million. Beast Philanthropy is 25.8 million. And Mr. Beast Gaming is 45 million. And Beast Reacts is only 34.4 million.
Yeah, okay,
So we're definitely looking closer.
308 million subscribers on his main channel, and currently has up 809 videos.
I just popped in his. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This last video that he has up of surviving 100 days in a nuclear bunker to win $500,000 was posted 2 days ago and already has 102 million views. 2 days ago. The man is already, I don't even know what YouTube pays per view.
Yeah, no.
On videos.
It's not 2 million views. It's 102 million views.
I said 102 million.
Oh, I just heard.
You just can't clearly hear me, apparently.
My bad. I can't. That's on me. That's on me. Calm down.
So, with that, like I said, I don't know what YouTube pays for their videos on, how many views it has to have for a max amount of money. But clearly the guy's making an assload of money off of YouTube alone.
Yeah.
Not counting the failed restaurant, which is apparently still up, but no one really wants to eat there because you can't really customize anything like all the other fast food joints, which is the Mr. Beast burger.
Yeah.
And the fucking Feastables chocolate bar have hit Walmart nationwide.
Yeah. Yeah, I see them all the time.
Yeah.
And on top of that, he's endorsed a company who makes pods that go into a specific bottle so you can have flavored water.
Oh yeah, he's got the partnership with Circle. I used to use Circle quite a bit.
His little partnership with Circle. The shit that he and Mark Rober have done together. I mean, even that shit's fucking being discredited. I read something that was talking about the little Team C's charity that they did, where Rober used boats and robots to clean out trash from the ocean, and Mr. Beast was on the beach cleaning up the beach. They said that the one of the former employees, one of the employees, whatever, mentioned that they cleaned for 8 hours, only to put all the shit back into dumpsters, which ultimately ended back up at the fucking beach.
Yeah.
So their cleaning efforts were for naught.
Yeah, no. It's
And then there's the whole thing about the I don't know if it's a former employee or if they're still an employee, but apparently the only ever transgender employee has a bunch of shit coming out about him/her for talking to a bunch of minors on a Discord server inappropriately.
Yeah. So I'm looking at his newest video. He has almost 4 million likes and almost 2 million dislikes on his video.
Yeah. That's the weird thing about YouTube. Even if people watch your show because they hate you, you still get benefited.
Yeah.
Right. What people don't understand. You took the time to go and put a thumbs down on the video. you just benefited that YouTuber.
Yeah, YouTube
You
just
don't
cares.
you want to hurt that YouTuber? Don't go to their videos.
Or,
Don't watch their video. Don't even click on their video, because you
well,
clicking on their video, that's a view, regardless if you give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
well, the thing is YouTube also records how long you're on the video. So if what ends up happening is that you start the video but you don't finish it and you don't do any more interaction, it actually is worse for you because the algorithm reads that and drops you further down.
Yeah, it drops you with the algorithm, but it still doesn't drop you on your views.
No, no, but the algorithm is what sends your videos to people's like main YouTube home.
Unless it's kind of like, I think I was reading something about TikTok the other day, how TikTokers get made money is you have to watch it for so long. So if they don't watch it long enough, it doesn't count as like a monetary view. Like you won't get money for watching it. So if maybe these people are on there for just like a second, it's long enough to click on the video and dislike it, maybe it wouldn't count as a full view. Because you get the money from the ads. So maybe if they watch it long enough to get to an ad, and then you saw an ad, whether you skip it or not, that would be how he makes money. But I don't know the rules on how YouTubers actually make money from their videos or views.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, that alone is just weird. I mean, there's so much, and I mean so much, being posted and talked about as far as he's everything about them is, but just, I don't know. They're, I mean, I've watched other former employees of Mr. Beast talk about their time. They had, great admiration for the guy, but ultimately they just couldn't continue the lifestyle because it was from video to video to video to video to video to video to, no breaks in between, just have to keep going. And I get it because he's a content creator. And content creators, I mean, hell, even we've taken breaks. They get burnt out.
Yeah.
And when you get burnt out, you have no choice but to take a break. Or your product that you're creating is going to take a serious decline. And it's going to be noticeable. Because you want good, wholesome content like ours for the family.
I would not call your show family appropriate necessarily, but
Oh,
Well,
it's
gee,
I
thanks,
definitely.
Diddy.
I just feel like, man, haven't listened to a lot of your stuff, but I think sometimes we get a little raunchy, maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, no, absolutely not. Our stuff is not family friendly, but we're not talking about our
No, it's
stuff. We're talking about his stuff. His stuff is supposed to be family friendly.
well, I mean, our stuff, yeah, you're right. Our stuff isn't family friendly. I just made the joke that it was. But yeah, no, his stuff is supposed to be family friendly. And I get the accusations and I understand them because, I mean, they're talking about illegal gambling, getting minors addicted to gambling. And a lot of people, apparently, there was some stupid ass giveaway where if you purchased a Feastables bar, scanned the QR code, it popped you over to the whatever website, and you enter for a chance to win. And it was a car giveaway. and you had to hit the 3 cars, just like in other slot machines and shit. You had to hit 3 of the same picture. You hit the 3 cars, you entered to win the car. But every time, whenever they would try to claim it, it would either bug out, freeze, or a bunch of other shit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, something like that should not be allowed for a 9-year-old to go into a fucking Walmart and buy a handful of fucking Mr. Beast Feastable bars for them to go scan the QR code on their phone, because apparently most 9-year-olds today have a fucking phone, and enter this fucking contest and all the other shit.
Yeah. Of course, now my phone's going off. Sorry about that, guys.
And
No, you're
then,
good.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm just telling that Chapel's fine about his noises.
So, no, I just, after all that's going on and all that's coming out, like, yeah, no. Like, everyone always feels, and it's not just people, it's companies too. Everyone always feels like they're too big to fail. They're too big for some scandal to completely ruin them. They're too big for, for anything bad to happen to them. And that is not
Just tell
true.
that to Diddy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The thing is pride comes before the fall. And the bigger you're at, or the higher you're at, socially, economically, whatever it might be, the higher you at, the farther
The
you're going to
harder you're
fall.
gonna fucking fall.
In the words of Ghost, it's a long, long way down from the pinnacle to the pit.
Yeah, it is. And that's the most fucking hilarious shit about this. Is, like I said earlier, Mr. Beast is quite literally the number one YouTube content creator. In fact, I can pull up a list here in a second that gives us like the top, I want to say top 40. And Mr. Beast is listed number one because of his earnings that he made in 2021,
Yeah.
which I'm quite certain those earnings have translated over into 2022, 2023, 2024. Let's see. I had it a long time ago. Let's see. Currently, top paid YouTubers in 2024. Well, this list is only showing me. Well, I mean, I can click more, but I'll give you the top 4 right now. Number 1, Mr. Beast, with an estimated yearly earning of $54.3 million. Number 2, Jake Paul, with an estimated earning of $45 million. Number 3, which happens to be one of my son's favorite YouTubers, Markiplier, at $38 million a
Yeah.
year.
A lot of people like Markiplier.
Number
Never heard of
4,
him.
Rhett and Link at $30 million a year.
Is that the people that do the uh, Mythical Morning.
They are Mythical Kitchen, Mythical Accelerators, Mythical Morning.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
But those are the top four. Mr. Beast is in that one by fucking 53 million a year, beating out Logan Paul's brother, Jake, who's earning 45.
Yeah.
And Markiplier, Ziddy, they practically call the guy king of FNAF because a lot of his videos have to do with Intel and are about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Gotcha.
Like every game that they have created for Five Nights at Freddy's, Microplayer has played and has played to 100% completion. So much so that he's actually uncovered secret shit before everybody else did. And then, of course, the mentioning of Rhett and Link, which are mythical mornings. And they're tied to a bunch of other fucking YouTubers and shit.
Yeah, I know that I know that not that podcast, but I know that those YouTube people. It took me a second to figure talking about. That's the guy with the luscious, beautiful beard and the guy with glasses, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I like those
That
guys.
is Mythical Morning. That is Rhett and Link.
Yeah, they have some good content. I like their stuff.
So all this shit to come out about the number one YouTuber in, I'm guessing, the world,
Yeah.
let alone in the United States.
No, he is. He's the biggest in the world.
Like OSHA violations. Like that's something that normal companies, the job that I do right now has OSHA safety shit. I used to be in EMT that had OSHA safety shit. I've worked in construction that has OSHA safety. Like OSHA would fine the companies thousands of dollars per every infraction of violating their safety rules and regulations, because those are put forth to keep people from being injured and keep companies from being fucking sued to hell and back.
Yeah.
And you just forego OSHA's safety rules and regulations
Well, it's
because you think you're untouchable?
Well, the thing is a large portion of the companies are just like, it's an affordable loss. We make more money breaking these rules than the fines we pay for breaking these rules. So it's just a profit loss at that point. And they're like, it's all
But
profit.
eventually that shit's gonna catch up.
No,
And
no,
when
it
it
won't.
catches up, it's gonna be a major lawsuit.
The only way it's going to catch up, and they figure that it's only going to catch up once. They might get sued once, maybe twice, and then, but after that, they won't have to worry about it anymore because they'll just make some rules. They won't necessarily change the law. They'll just make some rules to say that, oh, okay, we're addressing the problem now. When really, what OSHA needs to do is to be like, listen, you're going to break these rules? Fine. For every rule you break, we're taking a percentage of your profits. And I promise you, you start taking large percentages of their profits for every time they break a rule, they're going to start changing. They're going to be like, oh, we didn't get fined $200,000. We got fined $20 million for each infraction. We're not doing this anymore. Like
sense.
that's just how you fucking fix it. It's called accountability.
That would actually fix fucking OSHA violations.
you know, or you just go to the people that are okay with the OSHA violations, and you beat them with a metal rod until they stop moving. That's hyperbole. You don't do that, listeners.
Do it.
That's hyperbole.
Do it. Do it. You're covered by equal opportunity insurance.
Oh, good luck, guys.
The only thing we could cover at that point would be the metal pipe if they damaged it. No, no, absolutely not.
I just had two thoughts. So I mean, I'm trying to think of what OSHA does to people. I mean, like if let's say you're like a Arby's, they didn't meet code. I mean, you could shut somebody down.
Yeah.
So I guess another huge thing that could really, mess up Mr. Beast is I read someone he's addicted to YouTube. He's addicted to being on his channel all the time. So if you just like had OSHA just cancel him for a while, like you have to stop the show, you have to stop production. We're shutting you down because you're breaking these rules. That's another thing that could wake him up a little bit. If you kind of just put him on pause for a minute, I don't think he'd handle that very well.
I mean, that goes into other former employees talking about it, where how he has to do like fucking multiple videos in a day now.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get to multiple videos a day then whenever certain employees were there.
Yeah.
And he's just always on the go. And yeah, I mean, that would hurt his fucking profits. Not allowing him to fucking record, not allowing him to put out anything new. It's not going to hurt what's already there.
No.
But it'll prevent more fucking money from flowing in, brand new, new content from being released, because people are going to be like, well, where the fuck is he? Why hasn't he posted something?
Yeah.
And then I was also thinking about just like, YouTube, Google, and Alphabet. Like, can they ever get any sort of issues with like not taking somebody down or not looking at these allegations themselves? I just never heard anybody trying to sue YouTube or YouTube taking any sort of accountability for any bad people that are making a lot of money off of that platform.
Well, the thing is they wouldn't go after YouTube because YouTube is just a platform. They would go after the individual.
But wouldn't like YouTube have a responsibility, like take stuff down or like stop
Nope.
something from being?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Let's see when all those actors get canceled. Kevin Spacey did stuff with people, and his show got kind of altered. He got taken off the show. So I thought,
Oh,
Netflix can take people off. Why can't YouTube?
Well, yes, but that's because Kevin Spacey is an actor, not someone who creates that. Okay. You're talking about the differences between a production company, Netflix, and a platform for content, YouTube. They are two totally different things. They're not even remotely the same thing. I don't even know how people can confuse the two. Not and I'm not saying that's not like a jab at you or anyone else that confuses it. It's I don't know how, because Netflix has people working for them and they create shows for entertainment. Netflix pays for all that. So Netflix is responsible for what gets put on there. YouTube, the people get on YouTube and create their own content, and people that are on YouTube decide who gets popular, whether or not they like it.
Right.
Like, it's vastly different.
You want to compare Mr. Beast to Kevin Spacey? Yeah, he's a very famous, popular actor. Yeah, he had allegations of shit that went against him, but and Netflix did what they did. They fucking cut him out of TV shows and shit like that. But he also went to court for those accusations and was found innocent of the charges.
Yeah.
They, I mean, we could put Mr. Beast on trial, but there's no, I mean, you're going to have to break an ass load of NDAs just to get people talk about it.
That's okay. A lot of NDAs are set up as bully. Um, a lot of non-disclosure agreements are set up as ways to bully people into not talking about your misconduct. However, um, like I use NDAs for a lot of like my projects and stuff because I don't want that stuff getting out just yet. When it does come out and I publish it, that's fine. But I was the first one to create some of this stuff, and I want to be the one that publishes it before anyone else with a whole team of people can like publish it before me, and just benefit off the work that I pioneered.
Yeah, that sounds like the proper to use it. So many, I shouldn't say so many people, but I've seen NDAs used in like TV shows, which I know are fake, but like you said, it's always used in some sort of like cover up or protect your ass about something not good. It's not like it's an NDA about, you know, um, just saving some information that I have myself. It's like, no, I want to use NDA to cover up something I did wrong in the past, which is not cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what most people use the NDAs for, anyways. It's not about, securing the fact that you don't want people to, to drop your shit out into the world before you get a chance to. It's let me cover up the fucking unspeakable shit, the bad shit that I fucking did in the past, and hope no one ever fucking finds out about it.
Yeah.
That's the wrong usage for NDAs.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. Um, a significant problem actually. Uh, you know, NDAs are meant to protect people who are creating stuff. They are not meant to protect criminals who are famous. And this is where like the spirit of the law and the letter of the law are separated. There's a difference between the two. The letter of the law says, you sign this, you can't talk about it. The spirit of the law says, you sign this, you can't talk about the things that are intrinsically involved with this NDA. And yeah, I just no.
No, I mean, that goes into that, and then all the shit that we've got going on. Other than the illegal gambling practices, the child gambling practices, the fucking OSHA violations, the safety risks, not only to his own team members, but to those who are on the videos. And apparently the Beast Games, which is basically a ripoff of Squid Games, contestants have severe suffering major injuries, broken bones, having to be fucking stretchered out
Yeah.
of the contest. People being, severe. I don't know if it's severely allergic, but being allergic to particular foods and being fed those foods just so that they're forced out of the competition. Starving competitors only to give them Feastables chocolate bars because that, hey, it's free advertisement.
Yeah.
I mean, I would jump for joy for a fucking Hershey's bar if that's the only fucking thing I've eaten fucking
A day,
96
2 days.
hours.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I'd probably be overly ecstatic for a fucking dog turd at fucking not eating in 4 fucking days to potentially a week.
Yeah.
Not saying that I would actually eat a dog turd, but that's just the way I'm viewing this shit.
All right.
And then, yet again, going into the one, fuck it, we're just going to mention it. The guy's name used to be Chris. The girl's name is Ava Chris.
Oh God. Yeah.
The one and only transgender employee of Mr. Beast. Now, a bunch of the conversations that were had in this Discord server that Ava Chris was a part of was moved to another platform away from Discord. It got out to the public. Public knows about it, and then that other platform had it removed because that is not what that platform was built for. But going into everything about, and I'm just going to call him Chris from now on out, going into everything with Chris,
Mm-hmm.
the guy was married and had a kid. And then, lo and behold, surprise, surprise, transitions to a female. And is now transgender.
Right. Well, she's female now.
So she's female now.
Yeah. Chris had the surgery, so female. I believe. I'll double check that.
She had twig and berries removed because I know she had implants put in.
Yeah.
Did she go full on transition? Or are we 98% complete?
Damn. Twigs and berries only count for 2%. That's crazy. It's a small twigs and berries.
Well, I mean, in proportion to your body, it is technically 2% of your body. It's actually less than that. I was actually buffing it up.
Well, not that this topic's about transgender stuff, but it's really funny because it's only like two major changes. You know, you go from man boobs to female boobs and vagina to a penis or vice versa. And that's all it really takes, at least on the outside look.
That's the thing is for all the females out there who transition into being a male, they get their boobs chopped off, but it's not like you can grow a penis. And it's not like you can have one surgically attached either.
Yeah, and you can't grow a uterus and a pair of ovaries inside.
That's true.
So a guy going in for the surgery and getting boobs implanted, so as you put it, City, going from man boobs to female boobs, and going from penis to vagina. I've actually knew a guy who at one point in time, because we worked EMS together, he was taking hormone replacement therapy to transition to a female. and we were looking at, and he was actually going to go get the surgery to get the fucking whole wing chop and everything. And I'm like, dude, you seriously want to do this? He's like, yeah, and I'm like, more power to you. I don't think I can ever fucking go in for a surgery to have little me down there fucking cut free.
Yeah, but depending on how your buddy felt, I mean, I could never compare to my own mental spot to somebody else. But supposedly your buddy, there's a chance he was spent his whole life being like, "Why do I have a penis? I'm a woman. I feel like a woman. I am a woman. Why do I have a penis?" So he might not be
Yeah,
attached to his penis. You love your penis because you're a dude. Like, this is my penis. I'm a man.
but the thing
As
of
a
it is,
yeah.
not only did the friend of mine, but Chris, the YouTuber, have children with a female.
Yeah.
So you use that fucking penis and produce children and produce offspring. How are you not attached to it?
You know, I mean, the one thing that you guys talked about with the transitioning thing that's kind of impossible is you'll never be able to kind of change the basic mechanics of the roles. Like you'll never be able to make a man be able to like Chapel said, to be able to make a baby. You won't be able to like say, okay, you have ovaries now, you can get in, you can get pregnant and
Well,
stuff.
I mean, even in the sexual intercourse aspect of it, if a man has his penis and balls removed and has a vagina instead, from that point on, any insertion requires lubrication because men do not produce natural lubrication.
Yeah. Who knows how good that's gonna feel, that
Or
kind of
else,
man-made hole.
and on top of that, yeah, there's no way of, I can't, as a surgeon, I can't have a male and female on the operating table. The male wants to become female and the female wants to be male. I can't take parts and interchange them and make them how they're supposed the way they want to be instead of how they were meant to be all their life. You can't transplant a uterus and ovaries and fallopian tubes and everything else that goes into the female reproduction system. Just like I can't cut off your penis and balls and stitch them onto another person and then work perfectly. Then work, period.
Huh? That'd be wild. Some mad scientists figured out how to do that. That'd be crazy. Some Frankenstein set that actually worked. Good lord.
Yeah.
But sorry,
Well, I
back. We
mean,
should go back to.
if scientists can configure that one out, I know a bunch of fucking fuck.
You lost yourself, didn't you?
I'm
You
trying to
got.
I'm trying to figure out the word. It's probably not going to be right, but I know a bunch of fucking quadriplegics and paraplegics that don't have shit working downstairs.
No,
Oh,
no,
sure,
that's
I'd
sure.
accurate.
love
No,
for that to work.
yeah. No,
I mean, if you can
that's
fix
the
their junk problem, hopefully you can fix their spine and leg problems too. If we
yeah.
get to that point.
Right. I mean, if you can physically transplant a uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, and someone else's penis and balls, then you can actually have the fucking cure and the repair knowledge to fix paraplegics and quadriplegics.
Yeah.
And yeah, I paused for a moment because wasn't that I lost myself. I was trying to make sure I used the right terminology.
Yeah. No, I
Got
understand.
it. We should go back towards our original topic. I'm sorry for letting
Well,
it derail so
Well, no,
bad.
this
no,
is
no,
Ava
that
Chris. Ava Chris Tyson was the co-host for Mr. Beast. So we are not off topic at
And
all.
was one of the co-hosts for Mr. Beast for a long fucking time.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
no.
the
I don't know.
childhood
I don't
friends, I
know.
guess,
I
from what
don't.
I read
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were childhood friends growing up. Apparently,
back when he was still a man. So
Yeah.
right. So I mean, with that and the fucking allegations that are circling Ava Chris of being in Discord servers with a bunch of minors and talking to them inappropriately and explicitly. I mean, did no one learn from Diddy?
No. Nobody learned from Diddy. All they learned from Diddy was how to do it. Because up until the beginning of this year, Diddy never got, quote, never got caught and was never held accountable.
so
I
I
mean,
was reading some stuff about the uh the Ava Chris stuff, and also a little bit of stuff about Mr. Beast too. I mean, the Beast thing was from Wikipedia, so I don't really trust or not trust it. But one good note for Mr. Beast is he actually defended his buddy back in the day when he was getting transitions. Like, hey, like don't hate on somebody for transitioning. So good for him for defending his buddy. But another thing that I was reading is, um, the person that was being accused is 16-year-old, 20-year-old, and all this other stuff. They said that nothing happened. It was all legitimate. We visited him on his family's vacation. We made YouTube videos with him for the channel. But you still are defending yourself, but you still also canceled your own self. You took all your shit down. You left social media. You left the other guy. Why are you backing off? But also defending yourself. Doesn't it seem like I'm guilty, but I'm gonna say I'm not guilty at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't figure out if Chris Tyson ever had surgery or not. Who fucking knows?
I don't know if he got the wang chop or she got the wang chop. I do know that she got implants.
Yeah. But then,
She also
go ahead.
she also made in this little article I found made comments about, and I'm sorry for my edgy jokes I made in a group that did include minors. So pass the thing is some kind of be like, hey, like maybe what I said was appropriate,
No,
but then
that's
also kind of pass
that's
on, hey, these are edgy jokes, you
these.
know.
No, that's not. That's what we call deflection.
that that is deflection.
When you
I
when
just
you
made
deflect
edgy
from a
jokes.
serious. Okay, it's like this. For people who don't understand what deflection is, it's when let's say let's say I for whatever reason uh, made a joke about me, or no, let's say we're having a serious conversation, and I talk about how sometimes I go out and dig up a grave, and I have sex with a dead body. If later on somebody goes, "That's really fucked up," and I'm just like,
Oh
"Oh,
damn,
that
that's fucked up.
yeah," and I go, "Oh no, I make those jokes all the time. It's just an edgy joke," and I didn't make it obvious that it was a joke at the time. That's what you call a deflection.
I mean,
So
especially after we find out that somebody followed you and you actually do that shit, it's not a
yeah,
joke anymore.
yeah, it's no longer a joke.
But I do get what you mean about sometimes jokes being weird. Like I've never like I don't know who invented the idea, but I mean it was a while ago because I was still in school. But dead baby jokes, I don't understand the concept of dead baby jokes. And if
Those are
someone was
those are literally just to be edgy and crass, and the thing is some of them are funny. I even make some of those sometimes,
uh,
but at the same time, I'm not advocating for people to go out and murder babies. In fact, I'm very much in the camp of abortion is murder, and
Well,
you will
I
never
mean,
convince me otherwise.
you know, of those jokes, you do know that there is a world's dangerous slide for kids, right?
Oh Lord.
I mean, if your parents are taking you to a slide that's called the world's most dangerous slide, I'd be worried about whether my parents have my safety in mind.
It's a female that swallows.
That's funny. See, I won't take it seriously. This was a joke. Oof.
That's pretty good, actually. Look, I'm just
I'm like,
saying.
oh wait,
I'm
take your
just
parents'
look.
safety. I'm like, dude, no, you just trying to ruin the joke.
No. It's honestly, it would not surprise me if somebody made like a dangerous slide for kids and parents took them to it.
Dude, the world's most dangerous playground was the playground you and I played on as kids. The fucking hot metal slide, the merry-go-round, the seesaws.
The
Those were
swings,
all play at your own risk.
the swings, where you would swing yourself as high as possible, where you're getting over that bar that was at the top, and then you'd leap out, as you're coming forward to get either
Do
as
your
high as possible or as far as possible.
do your best Superman impersonation.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Zitty?
Oh, I guess I didn't have anything to say. I think something must have beeped in my car.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will tell you where my mind is. It's not a good spot, but I was looking at, I don't know what it was, like a video or a TikTok or something, and it was about the concept of a suicide roller coaster. So you would like pick to go on this roller coaster, and it would have like too many G's for your body to handle, and you'd basically just agree to
Oh, they
kill
have
yourself
one.
on a roller coaster. That actually does exist. It was not like a concept.
No, no, it actually exists,
Oh, that's crazy.
and it's called. And I'm paraphrasing the name of it, but it's called the Last Ride. You
Um.
literally are put to sleep by G-force.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got you.
And
No,
in the video that I watched, they as they're going up, everybody has to push the agree button one last time. If one person says I disagree, then the whole thing's gonna go back down again. Then they got to unload the people that changed their mind, then they'll go back up again. At least in the video I watched.
No,
I don't
generally,
know, man.
that roller coaster is actually a one-person ride only.
Oh, okay, the real one is okay.
Yeah, it's the there's a whole bunch of shit. I mean, we could do a podcast about this too.
We
But
should.
there's a
This
whole bunch
sounds
of
like a.
controversy. There's a whole bunch of controversy about people committing suicide on their own, and not just. I mean, everyone commits. Those that commit suicide on their own are always on their own, but this is a legal suicide
Yeah.
where someone is, I don't know. I mean, going back into the paraplegic, quadriplegic, people that are fucking paralyzed from the neck down and can't move anything. And they're tired of living in a fucking hospital bed or, well, living in a hospital bed either at home or in the hospital, having to be on fucking IV diet and everything else. Their quality of life is shit.
Yeah.
And the controversy behind it is those people make the conscious decision and choice to end their life and end their suffering. And a lot of people are in an uproar about it because the government is allowing them to commit legal suicide.
Yeah. Whereas
Like,
in any previous thing, you have like the Kevorkian law, where it's like assisted suicide is illegal.
There's a lot of people in the world that would love to be able to legally go somewhere in the United States and say, I would love to illegally be assistedly killed. That could be another
and
topic too. Just in
and
the
that and that
suicide
and,
world.
and that's what that roller coaster is. It is legal suicide through assistance because they get on the ride, they get the enjoyment and thrill of the roller coaster, and the G forces literally kills them.
Another thought I have, which kind of runs off I don't know if it's a serious idea or just runs off your joke about criminal insurance, is I think that we should have companies that make special suicide insurance. Like people like our friend, like Chad Bennington, like he had it all planned out. He made sure he had enough stuff for his family when he killed himself. Good for him. But what if you're some other guy who doesn't have his life as organized as he did? You decide to commit suicide, you just fucked over your family. So it is, I mean, do insurance policies have like stops? Like, hey, you commit suicide, you're void. Like, you don't get your money anymore. Your family's fucked. You commit suicide. Or, I mean, do you have to have a special, you know, um, insurance that would cover suicidal people?
Yeah.
I don't know if that exists or not. I don't know the rules about that, but
Well, I don't know if that exists or not, but that would actually be something a little bit more viable than what we've got.
yeah, I mean, definitely could add on to your insurance company. It would actually make it work, but because I don't know, you have to say like you agree to like plan out like I'm going to commit suicide in 2 years. So how much do you want from me per month for 2 years if this is when I'm have approved to suicide and get all the money that I agreed to in our agreement? I feel like it almost have to make a contract agreement. Like you have to say, this is how long I want to live, or this is how long we're going to ask you to live to get our insurance.
That's a terrible
Because
idea. That is a terrible, terrible idea. Because people choose not to commit suicide all the time.
that's true. That's very true. And hopefully they do. And obviously,
Oh
if you make an
no, no,
insurance company,
you don't understand. The insurance company would totally insurance companies would totally jump on that. They would be all over that. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, totally cool. We're just if you choose not to, we're just going to keep your money." They would totally be on board with that. That is, oh my
yeah, you're
gosh,
right. They would.
they would fan the flames of like people killing themselves, and then they would manipulate the situation to so that they could get the most money out of everyone possible. They would even have suicide additional policies for just your insurance, your regular insurance policy.
that actually sounds like a good thing.
No, it's a
That way you
terrible
still,
idea. It's a terrible idea.
because if it's an add-on, then you can't get fucked because you still have your regular insurances. You're paying a little bit extra just in case you commit suicide. And then after you're like, you know what, I'm not suicidal anymore. I'm going to drop that part of my coverage. Sure, you might have lost the money invested, but that's better than the idea of like, hey, you're agreed to a 2 year plan with us. You pay this much. You decide not to do it, then you're fucked. I mean, sure. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird concept I've thought of before.
I think that system would be abused into oblivion.
Oh, that
I think just outlawing that system to begin with would be a good idea. Or
that
go
system
ahead and
that
setting up
system would
regulations in something for that.
that that system would be highly abused, not only just by the people that attempt suicide, but by the fucking insurance company itself.
Yeah, and I can hear it now. I'm sure somebody listening to this at some point is going to go, you don't trust the insurance companies to.
Oh fuck no!
Yeah,
I don't even
no.
trust the
Do,
goddamn government.
yeah, do you trust the government to do? I bet you don't even trust your neighbor with your mail. Like, why would you trust complete strangers with your money to give to your family if you off yourself, or not to like gouge you of a huge amount of money for you offing yourself before you change your mind? That
Yeah.
no, absolutely not.
I
No.
do think that if for some fucked up reason the U.S. decides, hey, you know what, we're going to allow people to stop being miserable and have their own choice to end their life. I think if that ever happens, I think an insurance policy would definitely follow suit. I hope that
Oh,
the world never does that. I hope that we
oh no.
never agree
That's
to assist people ever.
I could see that being something down the line
I
because
hope it's not though. But
no, it is. It would definitely be something coming up down the line because instead of encouraging people to try to make themselves happy, what they've done is they encourage you to take pills and take medications and to take chemicals, and sometimes the chemicals work, but even on the rare chance that they do work, they have all these side effects that make you just as miserable, if not more miserable, than you were before. And no, I am not okay with that. I am very much against that. Absolutely not. That is. I mean, don't get me wrong. I see where you're coming from, and I see that happening because they encourage that. And instead of telling someone, hey, let me teach you to, be self sufficient, be able to rely on yourself, and make your own happiness, they go, well, you can't help yourself. So here, let me help you out, and you can be totally dependent on me. But because your dependence is upon me, I get to make all the rules that you live by. And if you break any of those rules, I'm just going to take away my help. And that's what the government's been doing over the past several years. And I don't like it.
You are right. It blows my mind how many people you don't even realize have mental health. It's like, what, you have mental health? You're on pills too? I feel like everyone's got some sort of mental disorder. Almost everyone's got some sort of pill they're taking.
Yeah.
No, I mean, Chapel and my generation, we're the unsung heroes of undiagnosed ADD and ADHD and fucking all kinds of other shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just a tiny. I mean, I'm unfortunately being born in '90. I'm unfortunately a freaking millennial, which sucks because I feel like I'm more like you guys. I feel like I'm more you guys than millennials. But
Well,
We are
fucking,
millennials.
we're millennials.
you guys are too. Okay.
Yeah. I was born in '85, and he was born in
I was born
'84.
in '84.
Yeah.
So where does it stop? I thought it was pretty close to us, like right before, like just a couple years. Like you're like on the cusp, right? You're almost
I think
not.
I think '79 is
Okay.
the cutoff date, or is the cutoff year?
Actually, it's '82.
Is it? Is
God,
it
you
'82?
you guys
Yep.
barely made it. Holy shit.
Well, actually, it's a toss up. It's actually a lot of people are arguing the cutoff is '79. A lot of people are arguing that the cutoff is '82. So they fucking basically met in the middle and called it '80.
Yeah,
Okay.
I honestly think it should be '79 because you you don't really get. I really feel like the generation of millennials, but and the generation of, I believe it was Generation X that came before us.
Yep, Gen X, because
Yeah.
we're called millennials, but we're technically Gen Y.
So I feel like Gen X is like they were fully grown adults that had already had the opportunity to go into college and kind of make something of themselves by the time 2000 rolled around.
1965 to 1980 is what considered Gen X.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I just see 20, like this 20 something years just seems like too long to be a generation, but I suppose,
no,
you have to be
because
old enough to make another baby.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Gen Y is considered 1980 to 1990.
Yeah. And the reason why is because there was such a huge shift in technology in those years. Like people forget 100 years ago in 1924, like we hadn't even had World War One yet. We didn't have airplanes or jets. We still traveled the world by boat.
Yeah. Boat and horses.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go into it further. Baby boomers were born in 44 and ran from 44 to 64.
Mm-hmm.
65 to 79 is Gen X. Millennials are 80 to 94. Gen Z are 95 to 2015.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And then Gen
That makes
Alpha
more sense.
is 20. Gen Alpha is 2016 and to current.
For some weird reason, I thought that I was in the same group as like 1990 through like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
I thought that I was in that same group. Thank God I am
Gen
not.
Z, if you
Yeah.
were born born 94 and before, you're the late millennial. We're the early millennials.
Got it. That makes me a little bit better
We're
about myself.
we're that subgroup that they call Zennials because
Yeah.
of we grew up in a digital. We know the digital world, but we grew up in the
Analog.
technical world.
Yeah.
We go from analog to digital quite easily because we know the analog, and we could show the world about the analog world, and we were the pioneers into the digital world.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like we were left unsupervised in Hotmail chat rooms.
Yeah. So guys, we're gonna have to end it here.
That's totally fine.
Oh, thank you everybody for popping in and listening today. We really appreciate you.
Yep, and once again, today's episode is brought to you and sponsored by Equal Opportunity Insurance, where your privacy is our policy. And we have a policy for you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you guys all have a great day, and we will talk to you later.
Yeah,
Talk to
have
you
a
later,
fun
man.
day with the wife and whatever, with the girlfriend, and kid told me to talk to his wife.
Yeah, I was talking to the audience there, buddy.
Oh, so we're still alive.
Yeah. I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that.
I tried to mute myself until it was for sure over, and I was like, "Okay, it's over now."
Yeah, no.
And then,
No,
shit.
no. No, we're keeping
Well,
that
Denny's
in.
flipped up.
I just know that this is Chapel's, special day with the girlfriend, and that's why I said something. It was supposed to be more personal and private. I'm sorry.
No,
but-
that's all right. I'm keeping that in. I like it.
Okay. Well, are we still going? Or are we probably off the air?
No, we're still going.
Okay.
I'll let you know when we're done.
Got it. That was my fault. I didn't wait for you to say, "Okay, now we're done."
Yeah.
Okay.